guys, and welcome. I'm Virgo, and today we are going to put a couple of kits together. Yes, we are, guys. We are going to be putting together Miss Ness, hey, and Drama. And this is the Ellie sculpt, and I forget her sculptor's name. I'll put it, though, in the description. And this is the Pickle Awake sculpt, and I have rooted in some hair. We're going to trim that up too. Added magnets. I just got to put in their weight and put the bodies together. And then we're going to see that happen. Guys, isn't her hair great? I put in so much hair in her. Oh my God. I did so much hair all over her head. I could not do all the plugginess, but look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Her hair is unbelievable. It's unbelievable when you put it together so you can talk. I can talk. I don't have no body, though. I can't eat or potty. Can't do that no ways because I'm a doll. So, guys, please hit that like button for everybody that's watching. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. We are going to get started on putting these two kits together, guys. Yeah. Oh, have you guys hugged a doll today? Gotta hug them. So even if it's just a head, hug them both. Hug them. Mwah. Anyways, guys, we're going to put these kits together, and we're just going to have some fun doing that. I just thought that would be, it's about darn time they want to get together. But I do have their eyelashes on, and I'll trim them or not. Haven't decided yet. But, and I did add hair to her too. You can see, I didn't add it the same way I did with her. Oh my goodness, her hair. She's a queen. This hair. But I just added some to her. In the front, I added all the way down, take away the plugginess, but I didn't add it all over the head. It took forever, and then I hurt my wrist, and then I was like, I just want to get them together. So we're going to put these babies together, guys. Let's go over to the table, and we'll do that. All right? Hang on. Okay, guys, so we are going to start with the avatar that I have here. We're going to throw this guy together, too, so there will be 3 kits we're doing. And I am just going to put these zip ties in the body, like this. You got to have the little headpiece up. So I am using the ones that actually came with the kit. I do have some thin ones that I purchased that are longer on eBay, but I'm running low on those, so I'm going to save those for my bigger kits and just use these little zip ties here. They are thin zip ties, they just aren't as long, or the heads are a little bigger than the zip ties that I buy separately, but they're kind of expensive on eBay and it's hard to find them other places, and so I'm low right now and I'm just going to use these. So I'm just feeding the zip ties through the holes on the openings for the whole body here. Now, I usually attach the legs before I stuff the body. Everyone does it different. That's just how I do it. Sometimes I do the legs and the arms, but here I'm going to go ahead and put the legs on, and then we're going to stuff this body. Now I did go ahead and pre-weight the legs and polyfill them. You will be seeing me do that with the Pickles and the Ellie kit. But yeah, so his legs are pre-weighted and polyfill in there, and the head and the arms also. And you want to make sure your legs can spin when you attach them, with the zip ties still. So you don't want to tighten them too much. I do use super glue on the rings around, where the zip ties go in. I pre-super glued these. It's just like a thin layer of super glue that I brush on, and it makes it where you can tighten the zip ties tighter than you normally could, and they will continue to move. It kind of gives them like a slick area. So I already have done that on all of these kits that we're putting together today. I've also pre-done the magnets in their mouths. And here I have a pre-weighted, I think it's about a pound. I think it's right at a pound of a pre-weighted glass beads in these trouser socks. They're like pantyhose. So first we're going to put this polyfill down. Before I put in the weight, I like to have the, stocking with the weight in it in the middle of the polyfill. So I'm just going to put enough polyfill in there, and then I'll add the weight ball in the middle of the polyfill, and then I will pack around it. And here I'm going to go ahead and attach the arms before I finish stuffing the body, and then we're going to put the head on. Alright, so now we got the snips. They're just cuticle cutters that I get at the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to snip right up close to that little head of the zip tie and pop them off. And then after that, we're going to file them with this kind of file here. Any kind of file, really, it doesn't matter, nail file. I get these are 3 for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree that I'm using right here. And then I will pull over the cloth that's right next to the zip tie head with the cuticle clippers, or sometimes I will use the little scissors after I pop it with the cuticle clippers to get a closer cut before I file it. So now I'm weighing him out, and I just use a digital scale here for this. I do have a baby scale, but I like this digital scale. So I want him to be around 3 pounds, so we're just going to add a little more weight here. Snip, 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 snip. And I'm just using the snips here to pull the cloth opening over the head of the zip tie, so that way it's covered. Butterfingers, Butterfingers. Perfect. He's perfect. He's right at 3 pounds. Woot woot. I like to make sure I have a good amount of stuffing right around the shoulders area so that, you know, he has prominent shoulders, but also that his head holds up well. So I'll pack around the shoulder areas, tuck it in here. Alright, getting this head on here. This braid keeps kind of getting in my way, but snip, 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 snip. Don't want no pokey pokies, so we file it. Sometimes, you know, if you don't cover the little head of the zip tie, or if it's sharp, it can cut your skin or your clothes or whatever. So, yeah, that's why I file it to smooth it and then cover it up. Alright guys, and it looks like he's weighing 3 pounds, 1 ounce. Oh, he is so cute. He's got lots of flexibility. He's stuffed good. Good rotation of his limbs and head. Alright. So we are going to move him aside and get started on these bigger kits. Okay, so let's stick these guys together. So we got Ellie. That in the leg. I'm just going to put this right in there. So we're going to go for around 13 to 15 ounces in the legs each. And I think that's what I just did. Ellie's at, and we're going to do 6 ounces in the pickles is what I did on my pickle asleep, I believe. So we're going to go for that on the pickles arms, on her arms. And I always make the arms and legs, you know, for each kit, the pair of arms, each arm weighs the same as the other arm, each leg weighs the same as the other leg. I think I'm at 13 ounces here on the pickle legs. Let me double check that. And I'm just going to speed this up. So, yeah, it's the same thing, you know, beads go in the limbs, weigh the limbs, add the polyfill, and we're just going to speed it up here. So, yeah, so we can not take all day on this video, guys. So we repeat again with the arms. I put this little silicone funnel in here and I pour the beads in it. I do have this tray underneath to catch beads that are flying everywhere, but on my work table, stuff is everywhere anyways, it seems. Yeah, so same method here. I go to right around the elbow, right below it, weigh it out, you know, add a little more, take a little out, do what you need to do, add the polyfill, and repeat, 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 repeat. So now we are doing the arm for Ellie. Get Ellie's arms done here. Okay guys, so now I've got these trouser socks I'm using. They're like pantyhose, but a little thicker I guess, but not as thick as tights. Anyways, I get them at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 for 4 of them, 2 pairs. Here they are. Usually they don't have this taupe. I like the taupe because it matches the skin and doesn't show through, but they've had a lot of the black in stock at all Dollar Trees I've ever been to. So I did find a couple pairs when I went last week. Yay, that were that tan taupe color rather than the black. So I tie them in half and then I cut it. And then you've already got one half tied and the other half has the foot on it. And so I get 2 different bags out of every trouser sock that I use. So 4 socks equals 8 bags for your glass beads. And I like these that I'm using here. They're a sandblasting bead, a little bigger than the tiny grains. They don't leak through the socks and they're about half the price on Amazon for a giant box. It's amazing the deals you can find for sandblasting beads. That is the same thing as people use as baby reborning beads, glass beads. But I was buying the super micro ones that are white, and I decided to get these other ones, and I really like them, and you can put more weight in your baby with less beads. Anyways, and they're like really cheap on Amazon. For like a 30-pound bag is like, I can't even remember. It's been so long since I've bought them. I bought like 30 or 40 pounds and it was a really good deal. So yeah, I'm out of poly pellets, so I'll be using the glass beads in the bodies of all of my future kits for a while. And I think they're cheaper than poly pellets for what I've paid for the sandblasting beads. So a lot of times people, so you see I'm tying it on both ends there. A lot of times people listing as reborn items on Amazon and places, and you spend a lot more on them. But if you know what they are, like reborning rooting needles are felting needles. The best kind is crown, size 38 to 42, sometimes 36, depending on what you're doing and the vinyl you're using. But if you type in reborning, you can get 10 for like $20 or $10, 10 needles. And if you buy felting needles with the crown, same thing, you can get like 120 for like $10 to $13. So it's a really good deal to look for things like, instead of reborning glass beads, look for sandblasting beads. These actually said corrosive, but all glass beads are corrosive. So yeah. And then I just weigh what I want here. I'm measuring out between 8 ounces and a pound, 8 ounces, 10 ounces, and a pound little weighted bags here. I guess not all glass beads are corrosive, like the glass beads you put in an aquarium, or like marbles are a form of glass beads, or like glass beads for bracelets. There are many glass beads that are non-corrosive, but when it comes to reborning supplies, the glass beads that are tiny, in any kind of glass bead you have, if you put your hand like in the glass bead jar and you stick your hand in and out, you're going to get tiny fissures that you can't see, even if they're the white glass beads that are the tiny ones. Any of those are sandblasting beads. They're made to actually like clean automotive equipment and things like that, like metal equipment. So they put them in like a hose, like I can't ever remember what it's called. A compressor like gun. It's a gun that hooks onto a compressor air hose, and then they put the glass beads in this, and then they shoot it at like an engine that's rusted. And what it does is, when all these little tiny beads, glass beads, shoot at that, it like is like sanding. It sands like the engine, and it will take that rust off. It shines up. So to re-polish or refinish like an older piece of automotive, for instance, or other type of metal machinery, you can shoot it with the sandblasting beads, and it actually will clean by removing, any particles that shouldn't be there, like rust. So that's what it's really used for. And then people started making dolls and found that they could use a sandblasting bead for dolls, and they could mark them up if they called them reborning beads. So they do have different mill weights, and that's the different size of the bead. And I can't remember what these ones are, but yeah, you don't want them so small they're just seeping through everything, because then you'd have to use like a sock to hold them, right? rather than some pantyhose. Okay, so these are the extra long, really small head zip ties that I get on eBay, and they are like $20 for 50 or more. They're pretty expensive, but they are no cheaper on Amazon. I cannot find the correct ones no matter how hard I look for these tiny headed ones, so I will be continuing to buy them from eBay since no one else has the tininess of this head that I buy on there. The other ones, though, that you get from AliExpress and some other companies that sell them on Amazon are very small. It's just the head is not as small. So, you know, it really doesn't have to be as small as the ones I buy, is what I've been starting to realize. But I do like them, and they're smooth fit. Now I'm going to add these bodies. We're going to see what happens with these AliExpress bodies. I've heard that some of the bodies don't look right with these babies, but I've had good luck even though I felt like I wouldn't. Also, there's some small rips in these bodies, so I'm gonna have to mend them as we go here. I don't know what the deal is, but they're cheap bodies, but they're nice bodies. They're good quality, other than the sewing doesn't seem to be great lately. So, yeah, we're just gonna do the same thing we did on the Avatar baby on these bodies, and we're gonna zip ties go in, the head goes up, preset them, but don't tighten them until you get the limbs in there. Okay, so we are done with the bodies, zip ties being put on and prepped. And now we are doing Pickles Awake's legs here. I just love the chunkiness of this baby. He's a chunky baby. So, like I said, I always attach the legs before I stuff the body. Sometimes I do legs and arms. Usually I attach the legs, stuff the body a little bit, add the arms, and then stuff the rest. So, I'm just tightening this guy down, make sure that it still can move. Of course, it's going to move easier when there's stuff in there. So I just get my polyfill at Walmart, and it's like a big bag for like $6-7, something like that. But yeah, I am out of polyfill. Well, I will be completely out after these dolls. I do have a bag of miscellaneous polyfill from other dolls, and hopefully I won't have to use that, but I don't have a ton of polyfill left for these big chunky monkeys. But I have her legs here on. I have some polyfill in. I am putting the arms on now. And then we're gonna put some more weight in her body and then a lot more polyfill. So this is a 1 pound bag. I usually start with a 1 pound bag. I get the little tush and everything set up with the polyfill, put in a 1 pound bag, add polyfill, and then I usually add another 10 ounces to a pound. And then between the head will be an 8-ounce ball. Usually I put 8 ounces in the head. So I'm just patting around that ball there, that glass bead sack. And I'm going to just keep adding polyfill. And yeah, I think I'm going to add this here 10-ounce bag to this too. So yeah, that was an 8-ounce bag. I went ahead and added a 10-ounce bag instead. And yeah, so she's weighing good. Now I'm going to add the 8-ounce bag to the head. I'm going to pack in the polyfill first on her because her magnet was really hard to get in with that open mouth. And that way, when I put in the beads, it doesn't bang up right against that felt covering on the magnet, on the back of the magnet. So, sometimes I just put the bag in first and then I put the polyfill for most of the time. But if it's an open mouth baby, I try to protect and put polyfill, pack it in around that magnet before I put in the glass beads, because you don't want those like hitting up against the magnet and causing it to come off. So, and now we're about done with her head. So we're gonna do her body, a little more polyfill, a little more polyfill, a little more polyfill. You know how this goes. So here I'm going to check her magnet real quick, make sure it still sticks good. Before you seal up your baby, you want to make sure your magnet is where it's supposed to be, that it didn't shift or anything. And she is good to go. I do notice there's a little rip here on the outfit. So I'm going to have to put a stitch or two in. You know, things aren't perfect from Allie's, but the bargains you get are really good. On the body, I mean. Sorry guys, my camera angle's slightly off here, but she's about done. Yay, I'm so happy. This baby has been waiting to be put together forever. Now, it seems, I don't do them immediately. I've got, so much stuff going on. But as soon as I can get to them, oh, she is so beautiful with those green eyes. I did change her eyes out, and I also changed out the eyes of my sweet Ellie here. So this Pickle Awake is drama because of all the drama around this doll. We got pettiness and drama. And she is weighing in at 6'3", which is right about where I want her. Her sister is 5'14", I think, right under 6 pounds. And she's now getting her little zip ties filed down and snipped off, and I tighten them slightly at the end. I don't tighten them fully until the body's completely put together. And yeah, so we're gonna get her completely finished. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't wait to hold these babies and hug them. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I also did their eyelashes prior to this, so I did rooting, sealing of the rooting, the magnets, which I do not want to have to do a video on that, maybe at some point, but it's difficult to do magnets. And I changed out the eyes and did the eyelashes. And here she is. She is so beautiful. Okay, I definitely got to fix this spot on the body. But she is so cute. Oh my goodness. I will also have to do a little bit of glossing on her lips and on nostrils. I do a little bit in the ear and a little bit by the eyes. And I'll show that at the end here. I'll do both babies. She is so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna brush this out. I do need to trim her hair still. I did a few rows of rooting in the front of her hair. I didn't do it all over her full scalp like I did on Ellie. I filled in Ellie everywhere there was almost hair. I added more hair because I didn't like the plugginess. And these dolls have that too a little bit, but if you do baby hairs in the front, it takes away from that. And it is a quicker fix, It take you an hour instead of 3 days to add all that hair. But I might go back and add more later, but for now they weren't as bad as pluggy as Ellie is. So we're just gonna trim some of them baby hairs up that I put in. I just really love the look of the baby hairs. It adds so much to these dolls. Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you this here gloss. I use this, it's Tamika gloss that I bought on eBay, and it's pretty inexpensive. And then I use a really fine paintbrush. And basically, I go in and I touch the gloss up and go right into like the ear hole kind of to give it a little bit of depth, just a little bit of shine there. And I do that on both sides. It's a quick and easy fix. This stuff dries in like 10 minutes. I don't know. I usually let them sit for about half an hour to an hour, but it dries pretty darn quick, like probably in 10 minutes. And then I go in and I go and do the center of the nose. That's what I'm kind of doing right here. And you can wipe it off real quick if you get a little too much or whatever. It's fast drying, but you've got a second to grab it. And then I just go in and fill the mouth. I'm going to go in and wet that tongue on the inside. Give her that wet mouth look because her lips are pretty matte looking when you get her. They're not super shiny. I do this basically with all of my babies, though, just to give them a little added depth. I know other people use, I think it's Eileen's paper gloss or glaze, something like that, that you can buy at craft stores, and you can use that or many other kinds of shiny varnish, not a matte varnish. I use this because this is what I've always used to do the face-ups on my Monster High and Barbies. So people that do face-ups use Tamika, this glaze here, and they glaze the eyes and the lips with the face-ups on Barbies and Monster Highs and dolls like that. And I really used to do that, and I really enjoy that, and I like the gloss. So I just continue to use this gloss. You don't need very much. I'm actually putting it in the corner of her eyes now. I thought I had this zoomed out a little, and I guess I'm zoomed in instead of at 5 at the full size scale here. Sorry about that, guys. But I'm just dotting her eyes with it right at the corners, towards the nose. And it's actually Tamaya, I think it is. It's Tamiya, Tamia or Tamaya. And that's the gloss I use. So now I'm doing it on Ellie here, guys. Gonna go in on her mouth like so. Again, we're gonna go on to the inside of her mouth. See that? It's a quick process. And this is at regular speed here also. So, yeah, you just gloss it lightly. Go into the ear area here. Let me show you here. Yeah. Right in there. That's where I do it. See, it gives it that little depth look to it without having to go crazy, with paints and stuff. And then I do it right on the other ear. Same thing, right in there. Give it a little realism, I guess. Yeah. And right. And now we're going to do her little nostrils. I just go in the nostrils. See, I hit like the very corner of her eye right in here. That is it. You don't try to touch the eyeball. I'm just trying to touch that corner of her eye. Just give it a little more depth again. Back in the nose one more little time. Now, like on Liam, I made it look a little runny, come off his nose slightly. It was so darn cute. But I really like the little finishing look it gives the baby, It gives it that added depth and wetness. Okay, guys, so now we're going to do Ellie. That's 2 babies down and 1 to go. So, yeah. First, of course, I add the limbs. And you want to make sure that the, rim of that zip tie in the cloth is feeding on that ridge, where it fits into. You don't want to just start zip tying and not have that in place, because sometimes it can be a little above depending on the body, so you want to make sure it's in that ridge there. And as always, I start with little polyfill, and here I'm putting the weighted glass beads bag in there. And then I'll add the polyfill around that. And I also add a second glass beads bag, usually between the 8 to 10 ounces after the pound in the body, and then the legs each have close to a pound, and then the arms I think are 8 or 9 ounces on Ellie. I can't remember what I weighed her at now. Now I'm out of polyfill. I'm completely out of my polyfill. So I'm going to use some of this. It's a mixture of stuff. I got to get some stuff off of this. It is got that angel silk mixed in with some batting, which is like, you know, a thicker polyfill that you use between bedding, and some regular polyfill. Mainly it's that angel silk. And a little bit of batting I put in the middle of the angel silk, and a little bit of polyfill that's left over from other dolls I took it out of. So not my best, but it will work so that we can get Ellie together. I won't be able to get any more polyfill. I might have to have my husband run out and get some tomorrow, because there's a Walmart near his work. So, but yeah. And then after I finish, of course, I am going to washcloth their bodies and all of that. You know, I wipe them all down. I still need to clean the eyes from any glue that's left over there. So now we've got all her limbs on. We're going to go ahead and get her set to go so we can stick her little head on her. So while the Tamika dried, I went and made my son and I lunch. We had some sandwiches. They were yummy with toasted bread and turkey stuff. And yeah, so let that dry, and then I came back, and now we're throwing her together. Well, not really throwing her together, but putting it together, you know, made with love over here. Because I am in love with this girl's face, this Ellie. I gotta tell you, I bought her because I had 3 Pickle Awake kits canceled. Then I got one, and I had to send it back because it was missing an arm, and I was so frustrated. And then I ordered another one, and it got canceled. So then I decided to order one more, and while they had a big sale, I got the Ellie kit for around $30, and the Pickle was around $40 awake. So yeah, see, it ripped here, so I'm stitching this up real quick under the arm. I already sewed the little body hole on the Pickles Awake off camera, but I'm just stitching this because this is, you know, stuff you run into. Anyways, got that taken care of pretty much, but yeah, so I bought the Ellie because I thought the Ellie looked a lot like the Pickle also asleep, and I had seen some comparisons on YouTube, and they looked a lot alike, but I wanted to see in person, you know. And I think that she looks so much like the Pickle. I was afraid they were going to cancel my Pickle, and that would be like 6 in or something ridiculous, where I didn't get a Pickle Awake, or it would come broken again, and then they wouldn't have the sale going on. So I went ahead and got the Ellie with the thought that they were going to end up canceling my Pickle Awake, of course, again, and they didn't. I ended up getting my Ellie and Pickle on the same day. I couldn't believe it. This was what, maybe a month ago, something like that. I have the Alley haul up on my channel if you want to go check it out. It's it's the first Alley haul of January, you know, so sometime in the last month and a half here I'd put that one up. So yeah, I think it's only a couple weeks out or something. But yeah, that's why I ended up getting the Ellie, but I also love the look of her, and I just wasn't sure though. But you know what? When I got her, she had the brown eyes, and I did not like that. And the Pickle Awake had these blue eyes, and they were way too big looking in a way, I thought, in my opinion. Now everyone has their own opinion, but I just loved the Ellie eyes when I swapped her with the green, and the same with the Pickle. I always thought they all had the green eyes. They had to have green eyes, even though Pickle was asleep, you know. She has green eyes. So, yeah, I'm really glad I did that. These green eyes are gorgeous. The green eyes have been in them now for quite some time. So, it's been a couple weeks that they've had their eyes in and all, at least. But with the rooting of the hair and all the different little add-ons and stuff, you know, it takes a minute. I don't just throw them together. I do all these little things. So, yeah, but that's what happened with her, and I am so glad and blessed that she came. I got her on the first order, and go figure, the Pickle wanted to be her sister. So we got triplets. You know, she is Ness, my Nessellie. We call her Nessie or Ness. And we got Petty, which was the Pickle asleep, and then my Pickle Awake is, of course, drama. So we got pettiness and drama, or drama and pettiness. However you want to put it, they're a beautiful trio. Woot woot! Got enough polyfill stuff random to get her going. I am so happy I had enough to do that because I was completely out of my big bag of polyfill. So yeah, and I'm about out of this rando bag also. So yeah, I'm so glad.
Yeah, she is done. She is done. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh my goodness.
And she is weighing in at 614. So I think we got 514 for Petty, and then Drama is 6'4", which I believe is what Belle, my oldest daughter, weighed when she was born. And then Gabe was 6'13", and so is this little girl. She's right rocking between 6'13" and 6'14". 6 pounds, 14 ounces. 6 pounds, 13 ounces, right in there. And I don't know why I didn't adjust the camera, but I am trimming her baby hairs right here up a little bit, and that's what I'm doing. You can't see it because I didn't raise the camera. Sorry. And I did get some little hairs on her body, but I have one of those little red velvet, you know, it takes the hair off. So gonna use that on her body. Okay guys, so they're all put together, and that is about the end of this video. Let me just show you these pictures. This is the Pickle Awake when I got her. You see the eyes, and that's her body. And there she is. You can kind of see the difference. I'm going to put the other picture of what I did here so you can compare. But that's when I first received her. This is her now, before eyelashes with her sister. And here is her sister's. Look at that plugginess of the hair. And look at those eyes. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I just couldn't bond with those eyes. I don't know. There's her body for Ellie, my niece. She has really flat hair. This is when I first got her, so of course she doesn't have eyelashes or anything like that, of course. I did a lot of rooting. So that's when I first switched out her eyes. There she is with the eyelashes after and so there is Petty, or Drama. And there she is. Oh my God, she's gorgeous, you know. Look at that girl. Look at all that hair. So it is a huge difference from how they first looked to what they look like now, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. And there's little avatar guy. So anyways, guys, that's about all we have time for today. I really want to thank you for stopping by and watching this video. Please like and please comment and let me know what you think about the before and afters and what you think about these girls being triplets and what you think about little Avatar. His name is going to be Franklin. Yeah, I don't know why, but that's what he is. So those are my girls and my Avatar babies. So I want to thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Love to all. Bye-bye for now.